All right. So welcome back to my YouTube learning series of for Kafka. So this is the second video in that series. In case you haven't seen the first one, please uh, go to the description and I will put the link for the first video as well, where we primarily discussed about what is Kafka and why we are using it, and a very high level like what it does. It was more theoretical, so this time we will cover more like a small hands-on. And the idea is very simple: short videos and specific to the concept, which anybody can try on their own without any hassle. So let's get it started. All right. So the first thing, um, to there are various ways you can deploy Kafka, but I'm typically a fan of Docker, um, Docker commands and images. So basically, why? Because in that case, I don't need to get install anything in my system. As long as I just install my Docker and rest all pretty much of the systems, I can bring up and running in no time. Um, by the way, I have another video couple of months back I put where various infrastructure services like Docker, um, Redis, Nginx using certificates, so you can run HTTPS and Elasticsearch. All these components, how quickly you can run in your system, because when you're developing something, these are the things you get stuck with. So I'll put that link also in the comment section. I highly recommend to go through that, but I'll just refer one portion of that how to deploy Kafka in your local system. So let's get it started. So now you see what is in my screen is a GitHub URL. You can go to this URL. Don't worry about the link. I'll put in the description. So let's go to code here and okay. So I have one small command which is running in every 4 seconds, and it is executing my Docker PSR minus. So typically it is setting which all the containers running for every 4 seconds. So I don't know containers are running. All right, now I go to some temporary directory, make sure that nothing is over here. Okay, let me clear it off. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is git clone this code. Okay, so this brings infra. So all these things you can basically run in no time. I'm just gonna run Kafka. So I'll just go to my infra directory, and pretty much you'll see all these folders over here. Just go to Kafka. That's it. The only thing you need to do is run Kafka. It will ask for sudo password. Why it is asking for sudo password? Because I mean, and this video explains in more detail, but this is I mean, the video link is here. Basically, you can follow this. So this will basically run Kafka in my local system. The only thing it asks for sudo password because in the host file it makes an entry for this IP address, so it's easy for me to manipulate. But in case, and yes, this works for Mac. For Linux, I need to put some kind of a support. I need to modify my scripts. But if you have other than Mac, basically you can open these scripts and follow these commands. It's like super easy to do that. All right, so once I execute this command, it's like trying to bring up a Kafka cluster. Um, Deliberately, I just put a Kafka cluster because in future videos, I'll also covering how you can create a topic with multiple partition and replication factor. And it's like good to set up a Kafka cluster. So you see one container for the zookeeper and 3 Kafka nodes are brought up. And the good part of these scripts are like at the last, once everything is up and running, they will put some kind of what do you say, echo commands, which is super easy for you to follow along. So for example, let me split my screen into 2 and here. So my plan is to put a producer on the left side and the consumer on the right side and produce some data into a topic and consume it on the right side. All right, so let's see how it can be done. So we don't have to bother too much. It's just like I need to find, create, describe, list, and produce. Yeah. So here you go. So you have two commands, one for producer and for consumer. I'm going to run the consumer first. So it will connect to one of these broker here, and this is a consumer script. It will connect to these servers, and for the topic name with my topic, it will start reading the messages from beginning. So definitely we just started the server. There's nothing over here. Let me clear it off. And on the left side, I'm gonna start a producer. All set. Um, so this is my first Kafka setup. Okay, produce this message, and you see it is coming on the right side. This is my second message. Thank you. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. Within no time, if you just follow along, you can bring up your Kafka cluster with one producer, console producer, and a console consumer. All right, thanks to you all, and that's it for today's video. As I said, just planning to keep these videos very short, specific to the point, and should be followed along by anyone in no time. Thank you.